Welcome to the Sports Anonymous Show, the sports show that all guests surrounding sports have something to say. We are in honor of Miss Brooke Gladney. She is the first guest of the first episode of the Sports Anonymous Show.
Go.
And I couldn't be more proud to have a very, very successful person that we'll be speaking with today. Somebody that has very great humble beginnings, somebody that has a story, a passion behind what she does in the community with the kids, and especially people that look like we. And I love it. Miss Brooke Gladney, welcome to the Sports Anonymous Show.
Thank you for having me. It was a journey to get here, and I'm happy to be
here. Guys, we've been at this for a minute. We've been trying to get this to happen. I know initially we met kind of via email in a way.
Indeed.
You looked out for me, and
always.
I was able to bring my boys all the way down to that arena, the Texas Legends Arena in Frisco, and man, we enjoyed ourselves very, very much, and very grateful that you were able to help us out in that capacity.
Always, man. I love when people hit me up to do it, because that's what I'm here for, literally. I always say my job is to get the job done. My responsibility is to my people.
Say that one more time, please.
My job is to get the job done, but my responsibility is to my people. I take care of my people. That's how I was raised.
That's love. I'm gonna have to, I kind of got to rock with that little quote right there for a minute.
Go ahead.
I'm a new joint right there. That hit my spirit as soon as you said it. I respect that. So you've been known as somebody that's out in the community, that's very active. I much respect. In doing my research about you, I was astonished, because I see you in one hat. I met you in one capacity, and meeting you through that avenue was already amazing. But learning that you have your own clothing business, talked about your clothing line and what it represents. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Black Responsibility, a little back story. Undergrad, took my first AFAM class. Shout out to my best friend, Juke. I always give her props. Took my first AFAM class and felt the way, because I'm 21 years old and it's my first time learning about my history. Never cared about history growing up, but it's hard to care about something that you don't see yourself in. And as I learned, I was like, what's a way that we could allow our people to learn in a subtle way? We love fashion. So I was like, as I read my books, as I watch old interviews, I love me some Dick Gregory. Like, you got your people. I watch a lot of interviews. I watch a lot of roundtable ones too. So I can't even tell you all the names of these people.
Yeah.
And I was just like, as I learn, I'll create designs. So it started off as a hobby, and I was like, well, let's go ahead and roll that over into a business. For our people, clothes are a talking point. So that's pretty much how that happened. I got a passion for my history, my community, and one thing that I've learned throughout my study, and just really common sense, is when you learn more about yourself and you learn about your history, you start seeing your place in this world. And then you realize everything that people have been through for you to be in the position you are, from people who are not a part of your direct lineage to not even understanding those that you never got to meet, what they went through for you to even be here. Because we know some people that walked off them boats.
For sure. And with that being said, I love that the one word that I've heard thus far so many times from you is history.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Being the historian that you are and being a creative that you are, how has that aligned with the job and the purpose that you are in the community?
Everything. So another thing, I got a 14-year-old little brother. So it's not just about some kids, that kid right there, pride and joy, wanting them to understand their place in the world. And even from hiring, I take care of the hiring for game day operations and the basketball staff as far as youth programs, and making sure that our people are able to get their foot in the door. This is a very hard industry to do that in. But what we also know is us being who we are. That's every industry almost, unless you're the one dribbling the ball, passing the ball, etc. So the more I learn, the more it drives me and lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and not just hiring, but having active guidance to those children and to those college students. One day, those college students will be in the same position I'm in, and I want them to know what it looked like and what it feel like for somebody to invest in them so they can pay that forward. And as far as the kids, having someone that looks like them, having someone who speaks life into them, not only tell them how important they are, but give them points of reference of names that they've never heard of to say, hey, there are people who've done great things. Benjamin Banneker, agriculturalist, astronomer, mathematician. They don't even know that this man built his own irrigation system for his farm, his family farm. You know what I mean? Yeah. He plotted out Washington, D.C. It wouldn't be what it is if it were not for that Black man. So to be able to say, hey, my people contributed some to this society, everything, the lights being on right now, you know what I mean? Yeah. The motors, the engines in our cars, the stoplights, there's not a thing in this world that has not been touched or influenced by our people. And a lot of the times our kids don't know it, not even the adults. Again, I was 21 when I took that AFAM class. Understand our place in this society. And when you understand your history of the place in society, you understand your future in it as well, and the responsibility that you have to contribute to it. So that's really that's everything to me.
Yeah. So being that how important it is for you, and also being that you have a younger sibling that you really implement this or push that towards, who was their voice or reason for you when you grew up?
Crazy enough, I come from a big family on my mom's side, but nobody actively talked to me about these things. And life got a little rocky on the latter end of my teen years with a situation with my mom, and just so much happened. But I had a really great team around me. Like my counselor in high school was a Black woman. My basketball coach was a Black woman. And these women, while I was going through my own personal quarrels, even my favorite math teacher, to be there, to be that buffer between me and the world, and to speak life into me, to tell me, get right, to protect me from myself sometimes. We kids running around doing what we doing, but now me being an adult and understanding, we see the traumas every day. We're not, we don't face the same things that our counterparts face in this society. I didn't understand how me thinking that I'm a kid making a stupid mistake could end up me not even being able to be an adult type thing, not making it home or having to go to jail. I have an older brother that's incarcerated. A lot of people don't know that. And as a child, he made a mistake that he had to pay for by growing up in a penitentiary as a man. So it was really one of those things where once I did get myself together, my mama had my little brother when I was 15. I had somebody looking up to me. I was helping her with him. And when you have those type of perspective where somebody's helping you, you're looking to help somebody else. After a while, when you keep rolling, I was like, well, I got a responsibility to take care of more than myself, and I got to keep paying it forward even when I get out of this. And one thing I knew for sure, I kept my head down, and for 10 years, next thing you know, I'm out in Texas and I'm out of it.
And that move right there, that move from coming from the city that you grew up in, the one you love, your pride and your joy.
Yes,
Let me ask you something. A-Town, back in the day, were you out there wearing the A-hat and the
Let me tell you something. I wear A-hat in this office. I play no games. Come with that thing to the back, to the front. Man, I love where I'm from. I take pride in where I'm from. I didn't realize how blessed I was till I was on the phone with one of my homegirls that's from Florida. And she said when she moved to Atlanta, never before in her life had she walked into a room and from wall to wall, she only saw people that look like her. And until you grow up and again, understand your history or go to other places, you don't understand what that does for a child's psyche into where you see yourself being. My mama was a Black female paralegal who worked for a Black female lawyer. Let me tell you, my entire life, my little brother now has the same pediatrician that me and all my other siblings have. It's 4 of us.
Wow.
Black woman pediatrician in the office, Black